Yeah, it's
Okay.
great.
Oh, well, this flows, actually, the next question actually flows into that last question there, Jack.
Okay.
Hi, Jackie and Jay. Really enjoying your podcast, they said. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. What are some of the things both of you are doing to better yourself in the situation that you're in right now?
Me first?
Okay, yeah. So what do you, do you want me to go
For
first?
me, it's really starting to get rid of. For me, I'm working on my own attachments. I have, most people who follow me know, I have attachments to addiction and addictive tendencies. I'm working on my last attachment, which is cigarettes, and I've actively now been working to remove the dependency to that substance as my final step. And that's what I bring the focus back to me, and I'm working on all of the things that I've been putting off while I was just engaging in that cycle of negative uses, negative mindsets. So that's what I'm doing to keep myself focused on what I'm creating. I believe that we're being divinely guided. I believe that things are unfolding exactly as they're supposed to be. So goes back to what I just said, is removing my attachment to outcomes. I'm letting it happen. I'm letting it flow, and I'm taking action on the intuitive thoughts and guidance that is coming in. And not everything works, and some things do work, but everything gives me that little bit more energy to take me to the place where I know I'm headed. I just have to focus on that, because that gets me through every single day, knowing that there is a purpose to this life.
Absolutely. I think we found our purpose ourselves doing what we're doing. Obviously, we wouldn't be divinely brought together to do this as well. So, same thing with me. I'm working on myself, working. I do a lot of journaling. I write. I do a lot of writing. I've written since I separated from my twin flame. I've written about 50 or 60 poems. Excuse me, poems. I write. That's how I journal, and I've been working on that. But also, again, what you just said, having the understanding of what your purpose is, and obviously having the trust in the universe in what we're doing. I put a lot of time into my music, obviously, in rock band. You know, there it is. I put a lot of time into that, and also it's teaching me how to actually give something, but also take your power back to, and how to communicate more with people as well, because yeah, it's a masculine energy that my twin flame taught me to broad out. And yeah, obviously I work out and all those kind of things. But look, just as on that, you can do all these good things, but don't be afraid to express your feelings when you are feeling down, or so sometimes when you will say, oh, I miss my twin flame, or I'm feeling really heartbroken, or whatever else. It's express it and feel it. But again, it's a choice in your mind to change. It happened to me yesterday. I basically said, right, I've got to change I've got the strength. I've got to change my attitude, or my choice in my head, and I just grabbed the guitar and played a song, and that actually changed the way I am, or something like that. And it actually changed me a bit. But also good friends. I know it's been a bit hard to say in some cases, because some people feel isolated. It's good to be alone, but it's also great to have great friends like we are, and my Life Theories crew. So I think that's just trying to focus in on yourself and just find some passion that you have. So okay, is that okay, Jack? We're all
I agree.
Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, I think both of us. It's very funny, ladies and gentlemen. We're very the synchronicities between both of us is amazing. I just when Jack says something, I'm going, hang on. Oh, that sounds like me, and I'm sure she says the same thing when I'm speaking. It's just like the synchronicities are really interesting in the journeys that we're both going through, even though we're sort of at different levels. So yeah, very, very interesting with that. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Okay. This is this is an interesting one.
Okay.
Hi there. Just wanted to ask you both: are you open to love now that you feel that you've left the ultimate love? Because hang on, just sorry, Jack. Just going to finish this. Okay. Because I'm in this situation now where I have left my twin flame and I feel it's the ultimate love. How do I get past it if I want to feel love again? that's a pretty deep one, that one. Now I
Well,
think
I'm also open to love in any aspect. I mean, but love flows very well with a lot of individuals and people and even animals in our lives. So if you're asking if I am open to a new relationship now that I know how deep the twin flame connection was, right now, no. I'm not in a place where I'm ready to even consider moving to a different relationship, because it would be, I'm not ready. I've been continuing having another person to think about for a very long time. So it is a really selfish time for me, where I'm really focusing on my needs, my expansion, my growth. Right now, I don't know how I'll feel about that in the future, though. My hope is that the time apart will do what it's supposed to do, and you come back together in a happy union the way it's supposed to be. But I'm not pretending that all the problems will just go away with the separation period. I know how much work it would take to come back in and be healthy together. So I'm just I guess I'm in that moment where it's still just not even a thought in my mind at this point.
That's fair. That's fair. That's an interesting question. I thought I'd throw it out there because I see a lot of stuff on social media, TikTok, and all those things where people go, okay, we take our power back. So with myself, I'd be pretty much the same. Look, as I said, I'm in a different situation where I'm sort of putting my heart back together, if you want to put it to points. Would I be open to it? Probably the same thing. No, because it'd be an old pattern that I've found that I go towards people that actually, well, it was a lesson that I had to learn to not just go and sort of move into something else really quickly, or just attract to something that's really quick. It's sort of like, I guess the word rebound comes in, but it's not really a rebound. It's just sort of like attracting to, this will fill a gap for a while. I think the gap that you can be filled, and I'm fighting with this all the time. So you're fighting with your old and new self to look after yourself first, as you said. So look, I would be open to it, but not now as well. And that would be something that, and even if the twin flame were to come back together and be the ultimate, absolutely, that would be the ultimate for me. But it has to be right. And you might be putting a label on it, but it's a fact of life that it has to be right, and they have to do the work like we are. And
yeah, I'd be really shocked if and I don't have the door closed to any hopes of a new friendship or connection, because I'm really open to that right now in general, but not, I don't know where things will go, but I just don't feel like I'd be in the right mind space to make a choice like that.
I think it'd come down to a future thing, I think, Jack, because it's all very fresh for both of us. I mean, we could answer these questions in a year's time and go, okay, maybe I am open to it. Maybe I know what's going on. But again, we have to we've said it many times on this chat. We have to disconnect and just walk the journey, walk the yellow brick road to Oz, and just work with it. As I said, it's just. I see a lot of growth in myself, and I see, obviously, we follow each other. We see a lot of growth in each other. Being by ourselves and actually focusing on ourselves, and I think the word selfish comes up. There's nothing wrong with being selfish if you're helping yourself.
Well, I've seen how much, by me just helping myself, how much everybody else in my family has kind of stepped up as well and really started to invest in themselves more. So it's a lead by example. You can't preach to your kids to be better kids and better communicators and more self-aware if you're not. So it was a very much lead by example in my family, and everybody, I've seen this upward trajectory of their lives or their situations over the past year, and that's the proof. I don't need any more proof than that. It's contagious, almost self-healing and self-love. It's contagious when you're around people who believe that. Slowly, it starts to kind of, let's say, infect or rub off on the
rub off is a good word.
So it's infectious, and happiness is infectious, and joy is infectious. If you spread love and you spread happiness, it catches on. So Never
Absolutely.
undervalue the power of being that positive light for those people in your life. But like I said, it's not as long as it's not taking from you.
No, that's exactly
It
it.
should be
So
giving you. It should be giving you love and those good feelings and those good vibes. It shouldn't be taking out of your pool. And if it is, then you kind of have to reevaluate your, why you're the need or whatever the lack that you're feeling.
absolutely, yeah, just putting yourself first. And I think I had a thought there. I can't. It's lost me. So if it comes back, it will come back. But I think basically to answer that question quickly, yes, I would be have to be right. But again, we have to love ourselves first, and that's what we've got to do. I think we've all been in the situation where we've put other people first in whatever way. Even if we're single, we're looking for that. Oh, we'll give, we'll give, we'll give. But remember the universal law of give and receive. We're learning how to receive now. So we've been givers, and we're going to have to be, 50-50 now. So remember that. You can give, but remember to receive. And it's masculine, feminine, however you want to put it, but it's basically universal balance, which is cool. Last question. Okay, this one goes a bit deep. It's just a question. It says, can you compare your states of mind during this process, please? States of mind meaning I would put that in how you're feeling throughout the process at different times. That's how when I read that, I'm going, okay, can I take that first?
Yeah, please.
Okay, state of mind. Okay, when you first start out, you're basically, I think the easiest way to describe this is unlocking the dungeon with all the yucky stuff in it. So you go in there, of course it feels yuck. All right, yeah, unlocking the depths of the deepest, darkest dungeon where you hide your deepest, darkest secrets and all those fears and all those that hurt. That just came out and it overwhelms you a lot. And when you feel that twin flame love as well, so you're losing that. You can feel you're losing that too, and you don't understand it. You don't understand it, and I think for me, it actually ascended me a lot with my state of mind that I actually trusted myself, my intuition, and I went into my heart instead of my mind. The mind's okay. The mind's got to be stimulated and got to be healthy, but the mind's with the ego. So I know a lot of it was basically the ego stopping me from my heart from moving to where I needed to go, and that's where my procrastination, all that stuff coming. So again, a lot of the stuff went from there, but also just the deep heartbreak. I guess you feel they put you in a situation where you felt this is what you felt all your life, but this is the ultimate, and they've taken it away, or whatever it may be. So you put in that situation, and mate, I was not in a good way for about 4 weeks. No way, mate. I was obsessively thinking about it. I went out, had to do a chat, had to do a speech at work, and nearly lost it. Lucky I had sunnies on. Like I don't know, oh, this guy's a wannabe rock star, so I put my glasses on, but I nearly lost it, man. I was that emotional about what was going on because I actually released it to my twin flame. Sort yourself out. So yeah, that was huge. And then I guess progressively going into a safe space and with a lot of good friends, meeting a lot of good people. Where it's become a lot better. And look, it's going to be challenging at different times. And this, my twin flame, I'll see her out all the time, and how it's going to feel if she does move on. All those kind of things are going to come up. But again, we're divinely guided, and we can only help ourselves at the time as what we're doing at the time of the emotion coming out. So it has got progressively better, and all I can say is get into a safe space and have the alone time, but don't be afraid to reach out to people who are close friends, because you damn well know when you're in a crisis, the people who hold your hand during the crisis, they hold your hand for life. Remember that. Mm-hmm. Over to you.
Yeah, I can only describe it as very chaotic energy, very high highs and very low lows. That's how I feel the whole journey has been. My journey is quite long with it, but I mean, every low brings a new perspective, and every high, will bring you back to happier thoughts. But I mean, it's really, that's why it's so important to understand how you're feeling. Because if you're not being able to communicate and express how you're feeling to your partner, it can be very confusing and misleading. And that brings apart a lot of the chaotic parts of the energy, is not just being able to communicate how you're both navigating. So I think that's the biggest thing, is to really be self-aware enough to tell your partner what's going on with you and how you're feeling and what fears and truths are being brought up within you, and just be able to have those vulnerable conversations.
Was that scary for you? Sorry, Jack. Was that scary for you? Sorry, it just came to me because I know it happened to me when I was being honest. I just kept being honest, and I was just flowing like the universe just told me, keep saying your truth. How did you feel? Did it? Because I felt
not
like
for me. I'm a person who's very open with how I feel. It's all over the it's all over the internet. It's very, for a while it took me a long time to understand how I was feeling, but that's where the meditation came in. And as these things kept coming out, I'm very vocal about it. Like, there's nothing I'm not saying, probably to my own detriment in a lot of ways in that sense. But
sometimes you're too honest,
that's what you're going to get. Every time I have a new realization, I'm going to want to share it with you, and I want to talk it out and kind of dissect it, and hopefully I can get you to do the same. Not always is that the case, but I think by being that open, it gives other people the safe space to feel like they can open up themselves.
Yeah, well, I guess I've learned a lot in that
their darkest secrets. Of course, you're going to open up to that.
I've learned that myself. So yeah, it's being totally honest. I guess just being me and knowing what I do. I mean, I got a lot of hats that I wear. Obviously, you see that, but the true essence of where I'm at is, and I guess expressing on TikTok, on Words of the Warrior, as I call it now, is basically that's how I journal each day. So it's talking about my feelings, how I am, and I guess people see another side of you, because a friend of mine goes, "Is there another side to you?" I go, "There's not really. I guess I'm just the way I am, I guess." But I guess in a way, we just be as we are, and you take me as I am, and that's it. I say that, but I wasn't really living it. So a lot of life lessons here to move on with regard to what we're doing. So I guess, So I guess overall with those questions, Jack, it means that the twin flame journey that we're going through is really a discovery of ourselves, and I think both our vibes have gone up. You can see in the first episode compared to what we are now, we're all moving up. We're all vibing up. Can I ask you? You do the esoteric readings. Have you found that that this journey that you've gone through, has it enhanced your I'll call it powers. I'm a superhero freak. So has it enhanced your powers in what you're doing? Do you feel more connected?
Yeah, I honestly don't feel like any of the stuff that was laying dormant would have been awakened until that kind of, I don't know, that the catalyst of what was happening in my personal life came out. It all kind of came to a head at the same point. And that's been a lot of the benefits and the struggle over the last 3 years. All beneficial looking back, but very, very difficult to navigate at times. Especially because I was still learning who I was too, and trying not to deflect my problems onto somebody else's. And now you're thinking in twos, right? You're not just thinking about you. You think about you and your partner's healing. So it's doubly hard than as if you were just going through it by yourself. And now you had that person that you were so vulnerable with, and they were supporting you for so long. So like you said, now you have to find support in other areas, either giving it to yourself and having a good friend group that provides you that support. So you have to kind of source your energy from other people, and that can be difficult as well, especially if you don't have a solid group of other people to rely on.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that I've got all you guys. And look, mine's, as I said, being honest. I think it's a masculine energy. I'm not, and as I said, I found a lot of stuff that happened to me as a young age. So I feel that, as I said, my power's in writing, my power's in communication, and the energy that I get out, whatever I love, I can give that to other people. I know that's my purpose. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether it be music, whether it be on doing my spiritual work, or doing, I'm a sports teacher by trade, doing that, just enjoying it again, getting that passion for what you do and communicating. I think what we do as, I'll put white lighters on it, charmed, you know how it works. We're giving that white light to people to enhance their life, and I think this is going to help us. There's going to be challenges coming up. I know we're in Mercury retrograde, and Diana just said lunar eclipse on Friday and Jupiter retrograde tomorrow. So there's going to be a lot of mixed energies, and also 30th of April was the traditional Oh Hallows Eve. So the veil was very, very thin, is still very thin. So there's a lot of spiritual energies going around. If you want to look at that way, if I want to talk that way, because I love talking about it.
There's really strong transformative energies right now, and you can capitalize on your healing and fast track your progress by utilizing these big shifts in energies. So don't be so hard on yourself if you're not feeling well, or you're feeling the push and pull of all this dense energy, because it's very common. Some people thrive in it, and some people need to give themselves a little bit more time to relax and do self-care, and that's exactly what you should be doing right now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's self-care is a big thing, but look, go with the guidance of your. I mean, especially when you open up, like the twin flame just went bang. Here you go. Now you're going through that forbidden door. Now you've got to trust in walking into the unknown. You don't know you've done it, but that's the way it is. Now you've got to trust it, and you've got to take whatever comes to you, because it is for the betterment. It really is now the betterment of yourself, and you will start to ascend really, really quickly, especially when you go through that forbidden door and open that gate, and everyone, however you want to put it, you start moving up, and things will come quick. You will feel that, big hit, but it's obviously like Dad saying, you can't move on till you learn your lesson. So it goes from there.
Exactly. Well, I think that was a really great episode today. As always, guys, you can either choose to put your comments in the chat box or send it to either one of myself or Jay directly. We will be sure to kind of filter it and get it out on one of the upcoming episodes, which is hosted every Sunday or Monday, depending on where you are.
Monday.
If you're in Western Canada, it's I'm Sunday, 2:30-ish Mountain Standard Time. And
no, I've got
it's Monday.
Monday, 7:42 a.m. Monday, Melbourne City time in down under in Australia with all the kangaroos.
Yeah. So all over the world we go, but we'll definitely get your guys' questions and answers on some of the upcoming shows. We don't want to do too many. It can get overwhelming and drawn out, so we try to stick to about 4 or 5 each episode. But you can always ask any questions in the chat if you guys want, or if you have anything right now. And if not, I think we'll kind of wrap it up. Hey, Jay?
Just quickly, one more thing. You can go onto our YouTube channels. We're starting to put the episodes up on YouTube. There will be a preview that will come out the next week, and then we do our updates, and we usually split the chats into part 1 and 2, so you can have a little bit of a look there. So if you want to check out past episodes, you go on Jackie's Soul Stories or myself, Journey of a Whitefeather. You can find that on our links and bios, and you can subscribe to our TikToks. And thank you so much for everything. Jack, appreciate you as usual.
Yeah. If you want the good videos, go to Jay's page. If you want just the unedited, that's where I have it on mine.
All right, so wherever we do, we're here as a collective. So, yeah, we're looking forward. And thank you so much for all your questions.
Good. Yes. Great chat, guys. We'll talk soon.
Peace out. Take care.
Okay,
See you. Bye-bye.